Hello to all of you beautiful, beautiful souls tuning in for this really incredible message that I want to bring through. If you don't know me, my name is Mariah and I am a Reiki practitioner, energy healer, Shamanic Journey-er with people, tarot reader, all these kinds of amazing magical things of life that I really, really love and I love to share. And I also channel. My channeled messages, I have some on my YouTube channel, but for the most part, it just kind of is my own inner dialogue that I have. I get these messages and I will write stuff down if I'm guided, but a lot of the time I just discuss it with friends, with my boyfriend a lot. He hears all this stuff. So I would really like to get back into sharing all of those messages that I have, because what comes through from certain beings is very powerful and very important for our time and what we are going through right now as individuals, also especially as women. Just this message is for everybody. I mean, I talk to my boyfriend about this stuff all the time and he always really likes it and he can really resonate. But I just find that especially this message is so healing for women to understand and to know. So I do offer Reiki sessions. I do Reiki at the Mindful Hub in Kitchener, Ontario, if you're local. I do shamanic journeying and tarot reading too there, but I also have distance sessions. Oh my god, so many tongue twisters. Distance sessions for my Reiki, for the shamanic journeying, which is really nice because it's a style of guided meditation, so it's easy to do distance. Not that the other stuff isn't, but it's almost the same if I do it distance because you're listening to my voice take you on a journey. And tarot, of course, I do virtually. So if you're watching me from wherever and you're interested in that kind of service, I have included my booking link in the description, and also more info about me, like my Instagram and how to contact me if you have any questions. So yeah, that is my little intro spiel. And before we get into the actual message, I just want to share a little bit about my work and my relationship with these beings. So I work a lot with Gaia, Mama Gaia, our mother, and I have for well over a year now. Have consciously had a meeting connection, like I see her, I know her, I understand her, we have a relationship, and everybody has their own relationship with Gaia, but I've really gone deep in that relationship and I help others connect to her because I have gone very deep and I know what it feels like. It's very familiar for me, so it's very easy for me to connect somebody else to that feeling too. I spent almost a full year every morning going down to Gaia's cave in the middle of the earth, and I love it there. It feels so nice. But because of that relationship with Gaia, I've gotten to really expand, really get to meet amazing other beings, so many divine feminine mentors that are also on Gaia's side. And then through that, I have been led to what I call the home story, and this is what John Lamb Lash calls it too. And he's got an incredible amount of information out there, and he is great for getting to know this story through the ancient text side of it. Like he's a Gnostic teacher, and he is very well versed in all of the Gnostic texts, the really ancient ones that describe the same story. And of course I found him after I was working with Gaia, and finding his information and then putting together my own meditative experience, it was like, wow, this was, the story that I needed. And the story has taken its own shape in my mind. And it's really beautiful. And I've just been getting the message that more people need to hear it, and that I need to share it, and that it's not just for me, although it is for every single person individually. It's something that needs to be told, and something that needs to be shared, so that everybody can start on the path of understanding. And that's usually how this happens, is we hear the one thing, or something that we need to do, something we need to work on, and then because the universe loves us and is so gentle and kind, we get step by step what to do, how to unfold. And we don't get the whole picture, because that would be overwhelming. Even though we always want the whole picture, it's too much. So this story, so beautiful and so, wow, like just such a story that I have been really needing. And Gaia has come to me and encouraged me to share it. So this story is about you. It's about me. It's about us together. It's about Earth. It's about where we are. It's about why we are. It's about our purpose. It's about how we came to be. And I'm going to give it in my own words, in my own version. I'm just going to let it come out however it needs to come out, because I get so worried because it's kind of complicated. But Gaia's telling me that doesn't matter. It just matters to start talking about it, and to start feeling it, and to start sharing it. So the story begins a long time ago, before Earth, before the planets, before the universe, before time, before anything that we have comprehension of. And that's why the story kind of starts a little complicated, where you're like, how can my brain even go there? But your brain can go there, because your brain was a part of this. So this long time ago, there were these primordial powers, essences, kind of, the energies. If you read the Gnostic texts, can't remember exactly what it's called, maybe the pleroma. But the way that it's described is that it was like a beautiful nugget of golden energy that had consciousness. And this consciousness is named Sophia. Sophia. And Sophia, being this primordial power, there are other ones, but she's the most important to our story. She's conscious. She's a conscious being, full of everything that we see now was in this golden nugget of Sophia. And because she's conscious, there was a time where she had a dream, like we do, because we are her. She had a dream that was so beautiful. She was dreaming in her astral version, I guess, whatever it would be. She was dreaming that she could play, that she could love, that she could, oh my god, I'm gonna cry, it's so pretty, that she could have relationships, that she could experience emotions like I am now, that she could experience friendship, that she could experience love, that she could experience real things in a real body, because what she was like an essence. She knew all of these things and how they felt, but she couldn't experience them because she wasn't dense enough. She didn't have a material form. And in this dream, she was so enamored, just so in love with that idea. And the idea was humans. It's us. Our ability to be in relationships, to love each other, to have friendship, to experience emotions, to have experiences, period, is what she dreamed of and what she saw and what she fell so in love with, like so in love. And she was so excited. And she was kind of one of the younger essences before time. Maybe a little naive is kind of what the story implies. But she didn't care because she loved us so much. And she loved us so much, like so much, that she started to fall. She started to fall from this perfect essence that she already was, that she, the consciousness, this beautiful golden nugget, she fell from it, like physically started to descend, and she physically fell through, and at the same time as she was falling, created space. And as she was falling, she created the planets, the stars, the universe. And then finally, she found her perfect spot where she knew the conditions would be right for us to thrive. And she fell into that place, and she became so materialized, so dense, that she became Earth. She became Gaia. And she was so scared, like so scared. So many emotions that she felt as this being that was now, had never been physical, and was now not only physical, but a planet, Earth. And she fell in love so much with us that she literally fell from where she was in some other dimensional space. And her love created the perfect environment, the perfect everything, the magic that allowed her to go there was the energy of love that she felt. And she became Gaia, and she became Earth. And she's telling me that it's still a dream. So this story is still unfolding for me. It's so complex and so beautiful. But what she's saying now, Gaia-Sophia, that this all happened in her astral, which is where we live now, in her astral world. when she was dreaming, because she had this dream, and then when she was dreaming it, she fell in love and became Gaia. And that was all in her dream. So we live inside of that dream with her. And we live on her and within her at the same time. So, of course, the earth has been around for, I don't know how long. I'm going to say billions, and probably billions of years, because the history here is so rich. So rich of so many amazing things that have been so ancient and so holy, and so much closer to her, so much closer to Gaia, so much closer to Sophia. And I'm just going to skip through a bunch of history, but basically, in this dream that now had to be manifested because of the love, and love was that catalyst to make all those things happen, to make it manifest. She's waking up inside of the dream, like a lucid dream. And we get to experience that with her. And she's waking up at this time now, right now, because it's time to fully become the dream that she dreamed. And I don't exactly know what that looks like because I'm not supposed to. And none of us are supposed to. We're supposed to trust. And we're supposed to know that we humans are so divine and so beautiful and so spiritual. And we are the reason that she fell from heaven, another dimension, to be us and experience life through us as each individual. So because we are in her dream, and I'm glad that I mentioned that we're still in her dream, because it's important that we know we are made of her dream stuff. Like when you have a dream at night in your astral realm, you go to your own astral realm, and well, it's the astral realm, and you have your own version of it. Our dream is our own. It's our own experience. Nobody else can see what we dream. And you see other people in your dream. You can interact with other people in your dreams. Usually we don't remember that. But the point is that it all comes from your mind and is of your mind stuff. Like your stuff comes up. And we are living in her dream. So it's her stuff, it's her material. Which means that we are that too. We are that. We are Sophia. Each and every single person is here alive on this earth living because they were in and are in the dream of Sophia to experience life, emotions, love, relationships, hardships, trust, all of these beautiful things that we have to experience to really know what they are. She wanted to live as every single individual person on this planet to have their experience, to have your experience. Because if you were not in her dream and she didn't dream up the possibility of experiencing life as you, as me, as the random dude in the street, as anybody walking foot on this earth, before and after us, I mean, you wouldn't be here. They wouldn't be here if you were not the life that Sophia desired with such love to experience. That's the point of it still being a dream, is that it's all hers, and we feel like we're separate. And I think it's the biggest piece for anybody, but I think it's especially the biggest piece for women, is we are raised in a society to think that we need to listen to Sky Daddy and that he is going to tell us all these things that we need to do so that we can be, worthy of a ticket into heaven. Blah, blah. Screw that, first and foremost. Screw that. Second, no. This is another piece of the story that I'm going to share, and I'm just going to let this video go as long as it needs to, because if you're listening to this all the way through, then you need it, because God knows I needed it. So when Sophia fell in her dream as she was falling, because of experience and the nature of experience is that there has to be both ends of the spectrum. There can't be love without hate. There can't be fear without trust. You need to know the other side of the coin. So when she was falling, whoops, she created the other side of her coin, which is an inorganic AI style of alien that is not of this earth, that did not come from this earth, and is actually quite jealous of this earth because they know that Earth is Gaia and Gaia is Sophia, and Sophia created all of this just because she loved. Just because she loved us, she created it. And that's powerful. That's very powerful. This other, they're called the Archons in Gnostic history, in the Gnostic texts, and I don't really think of them too much because not really worth my time, but they are kind of like cousins of Sophia that were created as the other side of her coin, and these Archons are Sky Daddy. So if you are Christian and or you were raised Christian more likely and you've kind of fallen away from it a bit, I want you to know that it's okay, and there is still a God, Sophia, who is the creator of all of this, and she loves you. She loves you without you even knowing, without your awareness, without you don't even have to be involved in anything, and she would love the shit out of you because she wanted to be you, and she wanted you to experience life so that she could experience life as you, because she loves you. And if you were raised Christian at all, or Muslim or Jewish, the Abrahamic religions follow the head archon, the leader of the inorganic opposite of Sophia, which makes sense as to why I'm just gonna keep calling him Sky Daddy because that's funny. why Sky Daddy in the Old Testament was like, you have to prove your love to me, bro. Was it? I don't remember. Was it Abraham? I don't know. Doesn't matter. But y'all know the story where Sky Daddy was like, you need to prove your love to me, otherwise you don't love me, and in order to prove your love to me, you need to come on this mountain and bring your son and murder him for me. Ha 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 ha. I am Sky Daddy. Ha ha. Like, what? That should be like your first red flag. It's in the Old Testament. It's the beginning of the book. Like, no thank you. There is no loving being that would ever ask you to do that. And that is like so horrifying. But exhibit A of the delusion, the inorganic inability to feel real love, right? Like that's basically what it is. So that's who her opposite is, and that's where the archons come into the picture, which is important to know, because fast forward to today, of course they're not gone. These motherfuckers, they got nothing else to do. And they live to confuse us, the humans, so that they can have our powers, because our powers are the same as Sophia's powers. So that's why we're so important, humans. And that's why you will hear rhetoric about everything being our fault, that humans need to change, overpopulation, there's too many humans, and I just need to kill them all. Kill all the humans. Sky Daddy, you know how we do. So yeah, so that's basically the archons are, you know, the secret societies of now, the Freemasons and all that shiz. And even the secret societies, at their core, they know who the real power is. They know where it comes from, and it comes from divine feminine. And that's why they, there's a lot of stuff that goes on, but I'm not going to get into that in this video, but I do want to talk more about the archon situation, because it's very liberating to know that it's not real, in the sense that we are real, we are Sophia. This opposite of her cannot do the same thing. They cannot love, they don't have the same genes. They are jealous, envious of us, actually, and envy is the word, because they would kill us to have what we have. And that's why it feels like everything's our fault, and that's why religion was set up to make us feel guilty. Because when we feel guilty and we feel shameful, we aren't living in our true Sophia power, which is ease, which is love, which is relaxation. So getting back to Gaia, Gaia-Sophia, and right now, I'm going to keep talking more about like these kinds of stories and stuff, because I think they're really powerful for us to know. But I want to make it relevant for today, because this video is already like really long. So the relevancy today is that, Gaia is stepping forward, and in my opinion, Gaia is the lucid Sophia. You know, lines get pretty blurred when you're talking about this stuff, but so she's waking up in her dream as Gaia, as the being who is Gaia, and she is approaching those of us, which is basically, if you're open to it, it's you. Especially if you're watching this video, especially if you watched this far into the video, it's definitely you. She's approaching each one of us and asking, are you ready to help me? Are you ready to do this? And we who hear that call have spent lifetimes, oh, I just got chill, like thousands of lifetimes doing the physical work that we needed to, unraveling the things that we needed to, learning the lessons that we needed to, spending time in temples, doing initiations, being trained in the mystery schools, all of those beautiful ancient practices. We have already done them. It's already in our DNA. Our DNA stores that information literally, and I'm not even saying literally just because I'm literally, but literally like a computer. I don't know, Microsoft, I think, probably, creepy guys, have already uploaded like millions of copies of a book to a single gram of DNA and then took it off like a memory stick. Like, there, you can fit way more information on 1 gram of DNA than you could in, like, I don't know, the world's USB stick, something crazy. Look it up if you don't believe me. So anyway, so that information of our different lifetimes gets stored in our DNA, and that's why we choose the families that we come into and soul contracts and blah, blah, blah. And we've done all that in training for this time now, right now, because Gaia is lucid, Sophia is lucid, is waking up, and she's ready to go to the next level. And in my opinion, this next level is the kind of, I don't think the end, but like what she saw in her dream, and perhaps further from there, is what she fell so in love with. Like, so in love that it had to manifest. And then we are a part of that manifestation and getting there. And because she's lucid now, she is tapping each one of us who has already agreed to do this work on a soul level, already agreed to help her. And she's asking us to live in our truth. Because when we live in our truth, we are already synced up to the plan that Sophia has for us, that is way bigger than we could ever, I don't even know, way bigger than we could ever even think. And a huge part of that plan is working with Gaia as support, so that we can know what true support is coming from the earth, where we live, where everything is on top of, like, and in. Yeah, there is not a more powerful energy that you can work with, other than maybe Sophia, but it is Sophia, so. And sorry, I have a little note here that I just wanted to make sure. Yes, so it's time for all of us who hear this call, who hear this message, to live so authentically and have such radical self-compassion and self-forgiveness that we are born anew. And if that sounds super foreign to you, that's okay. It is a very, not difficult, but like, you kind of got to do some work situation with self-forgiveness, is acknowledging, when have you screwed up? When have you not lived as you felt that you should have? When have you been mean to yourself? When have you hated your body? Like, all of those things, especially as women, we're just told that we need to hate our body. Hate your body, please. And it's like, I'm done doing that. And it's time to forgive ourselves. And if you need help with the self-forgiveness, the Ho'oponopono meditation is amazing. So simple. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Just repeating that to yourself, repeating it in the mirror, repeating onto, or holding onto your body and repeating it, so incredible, so amazing. Because these things that we haven't cleared yet are in the way, on top of, as like a gunk situation, of our true purpose, our true, authentic, perfect self-expression. When we do the thing and we lose time because we're having so much fun, when we are in our passion, we are in our purpose, whatever it is, you know, the self-judgment, the feeling like, oh, I'll never make it, those icky feelings that come from not having self-compassion and self-forgiveness, they get in the way. And it really is. As soon as you start to forgive yourself and you start to be like, wow, I am amazing. I am a part of this story. We here are all a part of this story. And then when we know that, and we clear the stuff in the way that is in front of that and causing us to not believe that, we get to see our true purpose. And our true purpose is the puzzle piece that Gaia-Sophia is looking for, so that we can all fit in her perfect puzzle of the golden age. That sounds so crazy, but I mean, it's just what's coming to me, is that we are meant to create and live and play in the golden age of Gaia, of the golden age of Gaia-Sophia. And I don't know when it's going to happen. Could be over the next few years, could be the next 100 years, could be whatever. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we are important to this overall plan. So important. We are the plan. It happens through us. It happens through our bodies. It happens through knowing our bodies, knowing ourselves, so that we may reveal ourselves. We may understand ourselves. We may get to know our gifts, because Gaia-Sophia has showered us in gifts upon gifts upon gifts that we can only get to know if we take the first step and we allow Gaia to be the hand that comes down and catches our foot. And we take the next step and Gaia's hand comes up and takes our foot for the next step. And we came here to do that. Because when we do that and we live so authentically, Gaia dances and Sophia dances, we help her ascend. And that's the point here, is Gaia-Sophia wants to go to the next level. She wants to go to the next energetic level, and she's talking like, you know, the last golden age cycle, because these things, they happen in cycles. Not quite like the last, because, you know, each time we've screwed up and, you know, had to start from the bottom and start back again, but that's not what's going to happen this time. There's too many of us who are awake. There's too many of us who are starseeds that came here and have experienced many lifetimes training on other planets, and we came here to help Gaia do this. And I don't know what that next level looks like. It's what people are calling 5D, I think. I know Dolores Cannon also talks about the Earth split, the timeline split. So that's what it is. It's happening now, and that's why she's approaching people. I've been talking to people, and they just say, "Oh, Gaia, who's Gaia? Tell me more about Gaia." I'm like, "I will tell you." And that is how she approaches you, is through anything that lets you get to know her. Because she and Sophia are not the leaders in a patriarchal sense that we have, where you have somebody at the top and somebody beneath. We're walking side by side. All of us. Sophia is here. Gaia is here. I work with a lot of goddesses, ascended masters of the divine feminine. I work with Isis a lot, and Isis is there, and Hathor is there, and Mother Mary, and Mary Magdalene, and Kuan Yin, and all of these, dragons, and unicorns, and mermaids, and dolphins and whales and all of these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful beings who know that the purpose is Sophia's love, is the why we are here. It's the what, it's the how, it's the all of it. Is how much she loved us and wanted to experience life as us. And they know that in order to really experience life as us in the pure Sophia bliss that she wants to, we need to be us. We need to be ourselves so authentically. And you know what? That's when magic happens. And every single time in my life, every single freaking time that I've stopped worrying, that I've stopped being like, oh, I need to figure out the plan, I need to plan, I need to plan, I need to plan, blah, 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 blah. Every single time that I've stopped doing that and have just been in love, have just been happy, have just done anything else, everything has worked out in a really magical way that I could have never thought of, because I don't have the kind of oversight that Sophia has, you know? She's got a lot of oversight, and we get to tap into that oversight when we access our higher selves and our oversoul and all these beings and all that. We have the support, we can get the information. It's just that we can't really pull the same strings that she does by just mentally thinking about like, oh my God, I need to do this and blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, we need to ask for what we want and then let the strings be pulled. That's all. So Gaia, Sophia, these guides, the divine feminine, they're asking you, are you ready? Are you ready to love yourself so fiercely, so compassionately, with such purpose that you will know that you are so loved by other beings helping you get through this, helping you to shine, helping you to be who you are, and that you have that support and you have more than you could ever need, more than you could ask for. You don't even know how much support you have. Like, it's incredible. Like, it's crazy. But it's awesome because we're so loved that we get all of that and we get to know that and we get to feel that. And if none of this sticks with you, the only message I have is, how can you come back to love? How can you come back to love for yourself, for others, in compassion, in forgiveness, in every single moment of every single day? How can you come back to love? Because that's where Gaia wants you, that's where Sophia wants you, that's where your higher self wants you, that's where your guides want you, is in love with anything, honestly. Love is the answer, and everybody always says that, but it makes more sense when you know that love is the answer, because love is what brought us here. Not some accident, not some experiment, not some piece of a rib into a woman. That's ridiculous. A woman has a 3D printer. I just think about it, it's crazy. And men are just as important, but I want to talk about gender roles in another video because that's also important. So that's where I'm going to wrap up because this is super long, but I'm so glad that I got this all out because I really want to have something of reference that people can go to and feel, yes, I am at home exactly where I am. And if you are looking to meet a Gaia in a meditation style setting, I can introduce you to her, and that is what I do during my shamanic journeying sessions, which I offer for distance. So I will call you, it's about an hour, maybe 45 minutes for the actual session, and then we get to talk about all the cool stuff we saw. I will have the link for that in my description. The 1 hour, I think I have it for $60. And honestly, incredible. I keep seeing energy healing prices at like $200. I'm like, damn, respect. But yes, that is all I have for you today. I love you so much. Sophia loves you so much. Gaia loves you so much. Your guides love you so much. You have a huge spirit team, and that's who I introduce you also to during this shamanic meditation, shamanic journey with me. I love you. I will talk to you later.